Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon, and you're listening to some Broadway World over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. I have a lot of questions for our next guest. A, is it true she worked at an ice cream parlor? Because I worked at an ice cream parlor for 1 month, and it was the worst job I ever had. She worked at Cold Stone, and I worked at Dairy Queen, so we could fight that out on this. But also, she could sing her face off. Man, if I sang like her, I'd make so many tips with that Cold Stone ice cream. But anyway, you know her from The Voice. You know her. She works with the Wu-Tang Clan. She has worked. Did she get a lap dance from Method Man, or did Method Man give her a lap dance? See, these are the questions we're going to answer here with Lana Love. Lana Love, welcome to the round table.
Hello.
Let me tell you something. I have all the questions for you.
Wow, I did not expect half of those introductory points, but I'm here for it.
No, people could come on and say, look at her. She sang on The Voice, and look at her with John Legend. And yes, she had a single a couple years. No, I want to deep dive with you, Lana Love.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Firstly, you worked at Cold Stone.
I did. That was my first job ever. I put on about 20 pounds. I mean, as you do, you know.
I worked at Dairy Queen. My cousins bought a Dairy Queen, and I worked there for 2 months before college, and I ate every Blizzard that they exist.
Which was your favorite?
No, see, I'm boring.
That you would take home.
See, I'm boring. You're going to judge me. I feel the judgment.
What? No, there's literally no judgment here. I got a lap dance from Method Man, so apparently.
Listen, I would have gotten a lap dance from Method Man too.
I did not, by the way. We can get into that. Her name was Callie, but it's different.
Oh, Method Man paid for you to get a lap
not
dance.
exactly Method Man, but I did get my first. Okay, we could get into that later. I haven't had my tea yet.
I like vanilla ice cream with M&Ms. I'm boring. I don't want gook. I don't want no.
You know, it's classic.
Thank you.
It's classic. I don't have any shame around that. I was a birthday cake remix girl.
Ooh.
With the double. Oh, look at that.
See?
Yeah. With double Reese's. Like I would put the Reese's in the birthday cake remix. Hence the 20 pounds that I gained.
This is you're speaking my language.
Yeah. But I did sing for tips. And I did a lot of tips.
I didn't think of that when I was there. I just would make the ice cream way too big. So that I thought, like, if I gave you extra, which is frowned upon by the owners.
Right. You know.
But we're here to please. That's why you were performers. You're a performer.
Did you give the people what they want?
When did you know you could sing?
You know, I loved singing since I popped out of the womb. Like, I popped out of the womb. Like, what child does that at 5 years old? Like, I just was obsessed with who was Sarah Brightman, who was in that original cast recording, and I would just go around and sing that. And then when I was 5, I picked out Music of the Night on the piano by ear, and then my mom was like, "Oh, there's something here," and that just kind of spiraled into who I am and where I am now. So,
because you're like a Broadway nista, like you are a classically trained musical theater, like you love music. Period.
I love all of it. And I'm deeply excited by amazing storylines and like just different world building, I think. And Broadway always has that. And so I was always drawn to that. And I try to bring that into my own music and art as a pop artist.
I was going to ask you, what do you like? So I know your press release, and shout out to your team, is amazing. But they call you like Broadway diva / Lady Gaga / pop star. Like, how do you describe your vibe?
Oh, I didn't know they called me that, but I'm here for it. Yeah, that tracks. So I like to call myself, my art, my music, like if Lady Gaga, Adele, and Taylor had a music baby named Disney, she would be me.
I like that. Like,
does that make
what
sense?
I hear is,
I don't know.
What I hear is singers, songwriters.
Yeah,
like I was on your YouTube, and what I love about your YouTube and what was deep diving into your music is you really play a mean piano.
Oh, thank you. I am a key girl. Been playing. That was like my first love.
So when you sit down at the piano, this is going to sound like a real amateur question. When you sit down at the piano and you can play and sing a song. Do you get nervous to do both things, or does the piano just become an extension of? Is it easier to sing and just sing, or is it easier to do both?
It depends on the song and how complicated the keys are. And I like to keep things simple because a lot of pop is really just 4 chords, let's be honest. Which I can do. And I'd like to call myself a glorified quarter. I was classically trained, but it's kind of, my voice kind of took the reins there. But I really think it's an extension of my singing because I can kind of go out of time. If I need to breathe, I can take a breath, so I like playing to the beat of my own drum there.
Get it? Well, watch the videos, everybody. Go to YouTube and deep dive to some of the concert stuff because it's so fun to see you just sit down and just sing and play the piano. It gives me chills. I love it. Was there a moment when you were growing up that you had this decision like that this was going to be your career? Like, I'm going to be a singer. Like, I'm going to perform. I'm not going to go and, be a accountant or a lawyer. Like, I'm going to make showbiz my life.
I honestly don't even think it was a decision. I think it chose me. Like, as kitschy as that sounds, like, I just remember watching, who was it? Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge. And I would dress up like her and I would pretend I was her. And I know every single word. I have it tattooed on my body. Like, I have Come What May tattooed on my body. Like, I was just obsessed. I've just always been obsessed. There was never a point where I was like, I'm not going to do this until actually later on in my career where I was like, ooh, during the pandemic, I was like, maybe I need to pick another lane in this. But then it just kept finding me and was like, no, you're a singer. You need to do this.
Well, when you're done with your performing, then you just got to go to Broadway and do Satine on Moulin Rouge. You're ready.
No, I'm going to call JoJo and tell her, girl, JoJo, like, what's happening, girly? My pop girly.
That's it. Jump in there. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to send an email. I don't know anyone, but I could send an email for you.
Yeah, send an email. We'll both do it.
Right.
I'll say, hey, I got my friend Robert here. We just decided.
They love 42-year-old young Broadway ingenue male stars. So wait, when you decided to do reality television, which a lot of people saw you on The Voice and sing, was that a controversial decision in your head? Were you all gung-ho for it? Was it how do you describe the experience? I know everyone asked you, but I have to ask.
No, do it. It actually, again, like, was not a decision. Like, it was during the pandemic. I was taking a Zumba class and they reached out to me and I was just like shaking my butt. And then I get a DM and I'm like, oh, this isn't real. And someone from their team reached out and said, are you available next week? And I was done with music. That was the point where I was telling you I was kind of done with music, but it kept finding me. So it found me in a Zumba class, shaking my butt. And I said, sure, here's my email, not thinking it was anything. And then it ended up being the casting director. And she called me the next day and said, hey, we need you. Can you just like jump in? So it got me back in.
While we're talking about this fascinating story, Lana Love Music on Instagram is where you can follow to stay up to date. And then your website, did I do it right? Is this it? Is there an M at the end?
So it's actually lanalove.music. But this is a recent change.
There was something wrong.
And there's a new website, and it just went live a couple days ago. And you can pre-save my new song, Antidote, right now on my website. And you're the first person to know this, by the way.
See, because I didn't know if I had a little spoiler alert in my email, and I make sure that I don't spill the beans. So I wasn't going to tell people that you have a new song out. But you just dropped that bomb on us.
Baby.
You could pre-save it right now?
You can pre-save it right now, only on my website, actually.
When it's going to be released?
May 16th is the date. And I have some more exciting news on that because we have gone live with this piece of it. We're doing a huge flash mob in Times Square. And we have a billboard that will play the epic music video. And you all will love it. It's very culty and like musical theater. If you love musical theater, you will love this music video. So please join us on May 16th. If you follow my Instagram, my last couple of posts have been about the flash mob. So you can sign up there.
Do people need to learn their choreo? Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there. Be there or be square, baby. I'm there. I'm doing it with you.
the people are going to be out. They're going to want to see you. They're going to want to be a part of this single. Has it been a minute? When was the last time you put out music?
It's been a hot minute. It's been about 2 years. But really, I've been working on this project for the past. That's how long it takes, So to do it right.
To do it right. Well, I hope this is the beginning of a big year for you. And I'm sure you have tricks up your sleeve. I know that you just probably, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, the music is coming out. You could stream the old music right now wherever music is heard and get ready for the new music release. And we're going to go to the website. We're going to pre-save it. And then we can save the date and we can go dance with Lana right in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah, baby.
What a good idea.
Yeah, right? I'm just getting like all my Broadway friends, like all the dance community in New York. If you're there, like come by. We're doing a release party at Bear Burger after, and they're sponsoring that from 7 to 9 p.m. So for whatever you can attend, swing by, baby.
I love Bear Burger sweet potato fries. They're
so good. That's actually what I decided to have on all the tables. So if you want fries, you can come. You should come, Robert. Are you in the city?
May 16th. I'm going to be in this. So I'm in Detroit right now, and I'm in the city that weekend to get my marriage license.
Fire.
And then I get married the week after. So I think I'm in the city that week.
Oh my gosh, I will so celebrate you. Like if you come, we can do your vows. Like I'll just like bless you with some, I don't know.
Will you sing me something?
I totally will.
I'm going to write you. I'm going to write you about it.
Like what's your wedding song?
My wedding? I'm not, I'm going to get in trouble if I tell it because it's a big, Darius has kept it a secret. We took 8 weeks of dance class. People have been asking us. I've been waltzing.
Oh my God.
It's fast. My feet are not coordinated for that.
Honey.
We rolled the dining room table out of the room last night to waltz in the house.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, I cannot wait to see this dance all over social media. Don't tell it. Yeah, this is a spoiler. Don't spoil it.
If you were in New York for Memorial Day weekend, I'd make you come to the wedding and I would make you tear up the dance floor.
Oh, well,
listen,
honey, I'm here. So.
Oh, you are? Okay, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. So wait a second. I have another question for you. You have become pop star Lady Gaga, Broadway superstar, songwriter, piano player, music maven. And somehow you have gotten yourself intertwined in the hip hop community and have done.
Sorry, just laughing.
No, because it's my favorite thing in the world because I'm a Broadway girly, but I love hip hop. Like I'm in Detroit right now. We are tough and gritty here in the D. So I love some hip hop moments, even though it doesn't look it. How did this happen?
I don't look it either. I call myself the vanilla bean of the group because so I met the Wu-Tang Clan one night at the Chelsea Hotel. And this was a time where I decided I wanted to quit the business again. And I was like, I just moved from LA to New York. I was like, I'm done. I'm over it, blah, blah, blah. And I took a job there serving tables. And so I was serving tables. The Wu-Tang Clan. You
were a waitress for the Wu-Tang Clan?
Yes, correct.
And not just a Wu-Tang. Like you're talking about Method Man, RZA, Ghostface, like the clan, the whole clan.
The whole clan, because this was right after the Tribeca Film Festival. So they had their after party at Chelsea Hotel. So it was about 2:00 in the morning. And a friend of mine, Amy, who's got this like fiery red hair, she literally looks like a real life mermaid. And she was so wasted. And she just hops on top of the piano there in the back and goes, Lana has to sing. She has to sing right now. Just screams. And the whole room was like, okay, well, if you're really screaming about this girl, like go do something. And she looked over at the Wu-Tang Clan. They were like, well, okay, like you need to go do this a song or something. And so she's laying on top of the piano like this, and her hair, she's just like mermaiding out, right? I get on the keys and I whip out some Lady Gaga, and the whole place just shuts down. It was like this really wild moment where everyone went silent and like really listened. And it was so cool. And so their manager came up to me and said, what else you got? And I was like, oh shit, I better turn it on right. Am I allowed to cuss? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
You sure can.
Bleep it out. But so then I did a second song that was an original called Helium, and people started singing along with me. And then somebody whipped out a harp, and there was a harp there. And then I started jamming with them, RZA was jamming, like, and doing spoken word. Like, it was just a crazy, wild night. And so that was really the impetus for this entire album. And I ended up being invited to feature on one of Ghostface's songs. So I went to his studio shortly after that time and laid down a verse for him. And then we've just been in touch and yeah, in touch with him since then. And he really supported me, and his head engineer and producer produced my album. So it's really cool. It's really wild how it works out. And actually, if you do come on May 16th, there's a surprise guest that will be there that you won't want to miss.
Well,
regards to that story to bring it all in.
Well, shout out to the Wu and Ghostface and RZA and all. That is the most insane story. You know, that's like out of a movie, like where people say, like, my friend can sing, and then the person gets up, and then the room gets quiet, and then all of a sudden, like, that's like out of a movie. That's not real life.
Can't make it up. It was so wild. I still can't believe that happened. That's what I mean by the amount of times I've tried to quit the business, and then it just keeps finding me. Like, I can't ignore that anymore. And so now I'm just like, screw it. I'm doing this.
You know, my only Wu-Tang story, except the fact that Raekwon used to live down the street from me in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And I would see him, is that we had Amanda Seales on the show, and I went to her show in Brooklyn, and it was called Smart, Funny, and Black. And Method Man was the surprise guest. So when we went backstage to see Amanda, Method Man stopped and gave me pounds. And, you know, I didn't act a fool and like take my phone out and ask for a selfie. And I didn't do all that. And I'm going to get in trouble because I just told you I'm getting married. But that is one fine big man.
Oh, yeah.
He is
Yes, honey.
So how did he pay for a lap dance, or what happened?
Well, so I was kind of rocking with their crew a little bit for the next, let's say, year and a half or so.
Sure, as you do.
Yeah. And so they had invited me to some concerts and, you know, would have me like hang out backstage and whatnot. And then after one of Ghostface's shows, we went to the strip club and on Staten Island. And they were like, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Am I going to say no? Like, yes. And one of the guys got me my first lap dance with a girl named Callie, who was so beautiful. And I just told her, I was like, you don't have to do that. I was like, girl, take this money. I was like, here, just take the money. What's your dream? And we got into some like really esoteric conversation while she was giving me a lap dance. It was amazing. I loved it.
You and me would be friends because
we would get along. Yeah.
Because before I came out, my friends took me to a strip club, and I ended up looking at the strippers' baby kids photos and talking about what the kids do when she's working and about her baby's dad. And my friends were like, you have this woman. No, I want to know you as a person. Well, I'm gay, but besides that, I want to know. See, I get you.
Yeah.
Keep the money.
Get it. Keep it. What's your dream?
That's my next question when I show up at the club. Right. So here's my question for you about music. When I was looking at your music, you write, you have projects I'm going to say it wrong, but you have this Nacho Cano. Is that wrong? I mean, I don't have a good Spanish accent.
Nacho Cano, yeah.
And the project that's out that was like a gigantic, I know, hundreds of thousands of people projects like this that you have out. You have things like other songs, American, the American Girls, Dreams, American Girls.
Yeah, I did American Girl Dolls. Yes, the theme song for that, or a song. In
all these projects, different languages, different styles, different genres of music. But does it always come back to the Lana experience? Like you work for all these other people, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get your music out.
Hell yeah. It's funny. Like I always think I'm just a bridge in a way. Like I don't know how I ended up working with the Wu-Tang Clan or working with Nacho Cano, who's a major like pop star in Spain. And Hans Zimmer was associated with that project. Like there were just so many amazing, incredible people. And I think it comes down to like, I put out in the world what I want to do. And I always say, I just want to work with the best in the world, whatever that is. So I think that has led to me doing these really wild, weird, kind of off the wall jobs in a sense. But I love all of them. I'm love to travel, and I love to just like push the boundary of what I'm capable of and who I can connect with. So yeah, that is the Lana Love experience.
I love the Lana Love experience. Okay, so far our homework has been, we're going to go to Times Square May 16th.
Yes. Learn the dance.
We're gonna tweet and whatever they call it now, Instagram, TikTok, whatever old, snail mail. We're gonna let people know about this about the project, the single, and the flash mob. And we're going to be ready to pre-save the single right now on the brand new website, which is lanalove.music.
Yeah.
3, I have a couple more questions. You are a real big advocate, I was reading, about the rights of artists and copyright. It's a little nerdy, but I love it because I was originally a music business major. I love the ideas of copyrights. How long does the copyright last when the composer dies and the family it's public domain? Like, this is all things that artists need to know. So what happened to you that you felt like you needed to take this stance to stand up for artist rights and royalties, etc.?
Yeah, so I don't kiss and tell, but what I will say is that I think a lot of artists, including myself, learn about the importance of copyright after it's too late. And that happened to me, and I would be in a totally different financial position had I made, I'll say, smarter choices, but I just didn't even know the choice at the time that I had. So read your contracts. If you don't understand something, please ask. Like, don't feel like you need to know everything. The lawyers are there for a reason. And so just, I think there's a lot of preemptive things that people can do. Register your work with copyright.gov. I just like to give little tidbits of things that I wish I would have done in my earlier years.
Is there something, a place we could follow, an organization you work with? Is there somewhere for us that we can go to get?
Absolutely. Yep. There's copyrightalliance.org. I'm on the board there, the creative artist board. And then also USIPA, the United States Intellectual Property Alliance. They are both amazing resources, amazing people. They're people who will help. If you send an email saying, hey, I need help with such and such, they have the answer, or they will get you to somebody who does. So is help out there,
It's amazing. I released an album a while ago, and I was working on it, and the producer had wanted me to put this album together, and he flat out had, and this is a very common experience for many people, a very prominent songwriter call me and tell me that the first album you have to give away. So whatever he asks for in his percentage, you have to give it to him because, that's how you get into this business. And you have to play the game so that you could eventually get yours. And something in me just did not feel like my name, my voice, my music should be given away to somebody for nothing.
Isn't that interesting, though, that that's the piece of advice that's given? I totally agree with you, and I don't think that that's what should happen.
Yes.
You can't give away your intellectual property. That's what you have to eat. You cannot eat on a handshake.
Right.
Promises don't mean a thing unless they're dripping in ink.
Did
you like that? I just got Lana on you. I just went hot Lana on you.
I love that.
My Wu-Tang. That's why they were like, oh, this girl is down.
See? That's why she's the vanilla bean of the crew. Right. I love it. Okay. I'm here for this whole thing.
So and I need to listen to you. You said you didn't sing. All right. I need to listen to your album then.
But it's okay. And I'm going to listen to all your music. I sing a little something.
Okay.
And I'm excited for your new music to come out. I want people to follow it, stream it, pre-save it, and all of those things. I hope you come back. I hope you come back and join us next time you have stuff to please be a friend.
Oh, would love that. Well, we're definitely connecting after this because our energy is
see, right I love a guest who comes here with the good tea, with the good conversation, has a good time with us, because I feel like I live the dream every day. And I know you must feel that way too. To be able to do what we do is a blessing. And I'm so grateful for people like you that make the time to come hang out with me.
Hell yeah. I'm so happy we got to do this. Thank you.
Yes, come on. Lana Love Music on Instagram. We'll be following, sharing, and tagging all that fun stuff. And then go to lanalove.music. The brand new website with the brand new pre-saved single is available for you. And fireworks. Come on. Baby, she's a firework. Here you go. Lana Love, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.